Hey everybody, so here's the DIY video I promised. It's also going to be an experiment video, so it's not really a complete DIY. I'm going to be seeing what works and I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm doing. So first let me show you what it is I'm working with, and you'll probably get an idea of what it is I'm trying to achieve. Here I've got some organza. Now you can see the appeal with the organza. Look how shimmery it is in the sunlight. I'm working outside today because mainly the garage is occupied. My parents are working on some home improvement projects, and there's a folding table that I wanted to use today, but unfortunately the folding table is covered with stuff and it's in the garage, and so the garage for me is off limits, so I'm working outside today. Fortunately it's nice out, and fortunately the birds aren't out here screaming. My mom feeds the birds every day, and the blue jays can be real assholes. They will come to the deck and announce their presence every time, if you catch my drift. So yeah, fortunately there's no blue jays over here screaming in my ear while I'm trying to record this video. So I've also got a heat gun. Now the heat gun blows pure heat. It is not a hairdryer, so never try to use it as one. When I was in art class in high school, there was a girl who actually tried to dry her hair with a heat gun in art class, and she actually ended up having to go to the emergency room because she got second-degree burns on her scalp. Dumbass. So I've also got some sparkly tape. I've got these stem things. It's basically wire that's been wrapped in paper. And I've got a not a heat gun, there's the heat gun. A glue gun. So what I'm going to be working on here today is I'm going to try and make fabric flowers. I wanted to make little pins that you could like pin to your shirt or to a hat, but I couldn't find the little hinged pin doohickeys that they have at the craft store. I just couldn't find them, and all the salespeople were busy, so I just didn't get a chance to find them. So I decided to go with making. I'm going to try to achieve putting them on stems, which nobody else on YouTube seems to have done so far. So maybe I'll achieve this, and maybe that'll be a new thing. So, and I've got my good pair of fabric scissors. You definitely want a good pair of fabric scissors for this. I will warn you that organza tends to shred and fray pretty badly. You'll get some long strings, but the thing is, once you put the heat gun to it and start to melt it, it'll melt the little strings, and they won't be a problem anymore. So yes, you heard that correctly. We are going to be melting fabric today. Okay everybody, the next step would be to cut little circles of different sizes out of the organza. I chose black because obviously I like black a lot. So that's the color I'm starting with. And mine are kind of funny shaped because I didn't actually trace a circle shaped object onto the organza. Organza does not take ink very well, so you have to kind of fold a piece of fabric over, or you have to fold a flap over, take your scissors, cut it like a moon shape or cut like a half circle, and just kind of eyeball it and do your best. And so when I unfolded it and took my circle out, I had to kind of eyeball it and trim it up a little bit and get it to where it's kind of more resembles a circle. So my circles aren't exactly perfect, and yours don't have to be either, because no one's going to notice after you melt your fabric. Although if you're working outside like I am, you may want to have something to kind of weigh your circles down so they don't blow away in the wind. So I'm just going to use my stems. So one thing I'm going to explain real quick about the stems is, like I said, it is a wire inside of a paper wrapping. And so one thing I'm going to try and do is, see, I've got this bead here, and the bead is going to be the centerpiece inside the flower. So you can see that. But one thing I'm going to do to my circles is I'm going to make it so that they kind of resemble, so that they have petals. And one thing you do is you can fold them over like a whole bunch of times. Like fold it in half a whole bunch of times. I'm going to start with a small piece first, because that's the piece that's available to me. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to pinch it tight. And all I'm going to do is just do like this. Instead of cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting a bunch of little moon shapes out, this is a lot easier. And voila. See? See how easy that was? Instead of sitting here doing like this. Here, I'll show you. Instead of sitting here going like this, you know, over round and around and around and around again and again. So that saved a lot of time. So, oh, where'd my piece go? Oh, there it is. It's kind of hard to see on this black table. So, yeah. That's your next step, is to make circles and then do petals like I just showed you. So I'm going to work on mine some more and I'll get back with you. Okay, so I've already taken the heat gun to a few of these, and you can see they've scrunched up quite nicely. Some of them are a little overdone, like this little piece here is a little too crispy looking, but that's okay. It'll blend in nicely. Now when you use your heat gun, you want to have a pair of tongs or something to hold your flowers with, so that you don't burn yourself. And you want to basically just place the flower tongs like so. Pretty simple. And then you're going to take your heat gun and just blow. A little bit at a time. Easy does it. You don't want to hold it too close. Here's that one. And some of them will cling together as they melt, but that's okay, you can just pull them apart. There's most of a flower. So, but here is the whole thing. If I find all the pieces in order, I'll definitely show them to you. And hopefully the wind won't blow them away while I'm trying to do this. So, yep. Here we go. You see how that kind of looks like a flower? But if your pieces, when you stack them, try to stack them in order, and try to always, like I said, if you're working outside, lay something on top of them so they don't blow away. Alright, here we go. And there we go. That's a flower. Okay. So my next step is going to be to try and apply them to my stem. And hopefully they'll go well. But I'm going to get started on it, then I'll show you guys my progress. Okay, so I basically just kind of stabbed the fabric with the wire, and as you can see, this is looking more like a flower. Oh, sorry. Every minute. Okay, so I got the little bead hot glued down into the center of the flower. And so next I'm going to take my sparkly silver tape and I'm going to wrap it around the stem to conceal this ugly brown paper. So this tape actually, I'm not sure what you really call this kind of tape, but I got it in the scrapbooking section in my craft store here in Louisville, Joanne really. But yeah, the scrapbooking section, they have all these really cool kinds of tapes that you can find. They have like metallic purple, they have metallic blue, they have gold, they have silver, they have metallic black. They have all these really cool, really awesome patterns like stripes and zigzags and polka dots too also. So yeah, I recommend to go just browsing that aisle if you really want to have a cool stem, and you'll find something that you like. So I'm going to be able to I'm going to have to do this off camera, because doing it on camera would be really difficult, because I'd have to it would take forever, and also I have to lay it down and have to mess up my tape in order to turn the camera off and on. So here we go. And there you have a completed fabric flower. I did use hot glue at the tip of the stem at the top, and at the tip down at the bottom, just to kind of seal it so that the tape doesn't peel up. So better quality makes a better flower, and just look at it shimmer. So I guess that's it for now. I'm just going to lay this down over here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and everything. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you kids later.